Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we have an episode of Let's Get Real, and today we're just going to talk about these DL guys and all of these feelings that as of lately they have. So just to get into where I'm coming from, lately I've been dealing with a lot of guys that identify as being on the DL, and the reason for that, at least for me, is that where I am right now, I don't want to deal with baggage or just like feelings and investing time into people. So it's almost like the perfect balance. Like I get a treat of what I like, and at the same time I get to say goodbye, go home, go on your way. That, you know what I'm saying? But these last couple of months, every guy who I've encountered who's on the DL, or at least they say they are, has these feelings or want to express their feelings or claim sort of, or have these expectations of someone who shouldn't. Like the NSA clause, when I say NSA, no strings attached, that clause does not apply to them. The NSA clause does not apply to them. And I'm sorry, but that's not what I signed up for. So let's start with, I'm gonna name this person Jeremy. So I've been dealing with Jeremy for like about 3 to 4 months, and Jeremy is taking things to a new height. I mean, this week he literally said, do I want to be his boyfriend? And he said it not once but twice, and I'm like, okay, clearly we are no longer on the same page. You and I, we don't want the same things, because I don't want you as a boyfriend. And it has nothing to do with that you're not a good person, or that I don't like you, or that I don't think you're attractive. You could be all of those things, but the reason why I chose you is because we were going to sort of experience this whirlwind amazing time, and then you're gonna go this way and I'm gonna go that way, and the only time when we're gonna interact or communicate is when we're both looking to have that great time again. So I mean, Jeremy has gone to the length of saying, do you love me? I miss you, sending kissy faces and hearts, and I'm like, okay. So I recently decided we're gonna cut Jeremy off, because clearly Jeremy and I do not want the same things. And I'm just like, since when did that become okay? Since when, okay, has it become okay for you as someone who is on the DL, right, to want to be in relationships? How does that work? A relationship in someone's home? I don't know. I don't even want to get into it, because that's not what I want. That's not what I'm here for. That's not why you're here. Let's get that clear. I have to let them know, like, okay, are you gonna go home because you're not sleeping over? You're not staying over. It's not happening. It's not happening. So that's Jeremy. It's safe to say Jeremy is going to be retired. He is going to be put into the to be filed bin, because that is over. We can shred his ID. Then there's this guy who, actually, he told me that his name was Zoe, whatever the hell that name is. I haven't even done anything with Zoe. Okay, so we've sort of connected via Jacked. He lives like 3 blocks away from where I live, but we haven't even met. And dude is like in his feelings. Like he told me yesterday, he told me a couple days ago, I can't even remember, via text, like, I'm never available, like I'm playing games. And I'm like, listen, I don't understand, like, if I'm not available or you're not available, like I don't do the whole what's going on, like, you're not available, okay, bye. Like, I will find someone else who's available. That's what Jacked and that's what Grindr are for. I don't understand what is the big kerfuffle. It's like I'm not the only option. And it's not even like, oh, I'm flattered, like, you know, that he like wants me. No, This is not on that level. It's almost like it's not right up here. And when I get those like weird vibes from people, like, why are you so upset? We haven't even met. Like, you're not a factor in my life, and I'm not a factor in yours. So why are you sending me these messages like you're so angry? Like you all up in your feelings. You got your panties in a bunch. I don't understand it. I think it's also safe to say that we are going to be putting Zoe's resume in the shredder. It's not even going to get into the to be filed, okay? Because there was no experience there. Just cut that resume up because it ain't happening. Then the other day, let me tell you about this guy. This is the one that's even the craziest. So it was a Saturday night. I got home and this guy hit me up on Grindr. I'm pretty sure it was Grindr. He hits me up on Grindr. He's like, listen, I'm in the area, whatever, you want to link up. Boom, let's do it. So I said, all right, you know, I'm available. So he comes through to my crib, and it happened so fast. I almost was surprised, because it's like lately, whether you're like hooking up with someone or you're just gonna link up to like hang out, whatever the case may be, when these things happen on like Jacked or Grindr, it's like you have to send 17 million pictures first, you know. And I can understand to some extent why we have to do some of that stuff, because it's like I don't want to be disappointed after taking a commute or a trip to your house and then being confronted with the fact that what you presented on that profile is not what I'm seeing right here. So I can understand that, but I was shocked at the speediness of the way things happen. So okay, whatever. I offered to pick him up from where he was and drive him back to my place. He said, no, it's okay, I can take a cab. So I'm like, okay, we could do that. You want save me the gas, that's fine. So sure enough, he came in a cab, and when he got here, I told him sort of like what we would be engaging in, or what I would be doing and not doing. So I told him, like, all I can do right now is like oral sex. And so we did that, and that's all we did. And then he went on his way home. Do you know, like the next day after, he's like, oh, are you free? And I'm like, no, I'm good. You know, like, I'm not the type of person that needs to do this every single day. So I wasn't in the mood. I didn't want to look up. So he hits me up like, oh, is everything okay? Like, what's wrong? You know, did I do something wrong? And I'm like, I don't get it. You said you were on the DL. In fact, his profile picture was a picture that was not him, but then he sent me a picture of himself, which is fine, whatever. So it's just like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, why are you so bent out of shape whether I think you did something wrong? This was a plain hookup. And I think what it has to do with, honestly, that guy was like 22 years old. And he said that his name was James. I don't know if that's the case. I don't really care. I didn't address him by his name because he's not a factor in my life. But it's just like, what is up with all these, like, it's crazy. And going back to Jeremy, we were having a conversation before I sent him on his way home. As if he is disposable. But it's not that I think he's disposable. It's just that that is the purpose of the interaction. You know what I'm saying? If that's not what I wanted, I would be like, oh no, when you're not coming over, we're going out to eat. You're taking me out to the movies. Like, we're going bowling. We're doing things outside of here. But that's not what, you know, that's not what is in the contract. That's not what's in the binding agreement, okay? And you signed a non-disclosure. Anyway, so I could make myself laugh, but on some real shit. So we were talking, and this was after this was after the after we had done all that we were gonna do, right? And I told him about, you know, I'm sleeping alone tonight. And I was a bit hungry, so I was eating some food, and he's like, oh, so you're not gonna share? And I'm like, no. I'm sorry, I have to feed you? Like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening, bruh. So then he's like, oh, you know, he says, oh, you're such a man. So I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm a man. And then he's like, no, because I mean, like you're a bottom, you know, so like you're supposed to like host, you're supposed to be more like affectionate and caring. And I'm like, yeah, with someone who I care about. I mean, I didn't say that to his face, but I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, with someone who I think is important in my life. And you are not someone who I categorize as important, so I don't care to share or feed you. So at that point, I felt a little bad, so I'm just like, okay, let's go in my refrigerator. Let's look for some food that I don't eat, because I still have a couple of things in my refrigerator that I don't eat. And so I gave him some Hot Pockets, like, you can have that. It sounds so mean, I know it does, but the fact is that you are behaving in a way other than what the purpose of our interaction is. And so that is my problem. You have no grounds to be expressing feelings to me. You have no grounds, okay, to be expecting for me to share my food with you. That's not what the agreement was. That's not what was in the contract. It wasn't. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap up the video and just say, if you have any experiences with this, I don't know if this is even new. Like, I don't know why this is happening. I don't get it. I don't understand it. The crazy shit is that the ones, and maybe I need to check myself, because the people who I am sort of like interested in, they are like in La La Land. I don't get it. It's like the ones who I kind of want to express those feelings and desires and interests aren't. And the ones who I don't, I'm like, this is not why you're here, okay? You did not sign up for this. This is not what you came to interview for, honey. They're the ones doing all of that. I don't get it. Anyway, everyone, have a good night. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please leave any comments below, and don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button. Thank you.